Hi, Lona.
Hi.
You hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My microwave is about to go off in like maybe 30 seconds. Okay, so just giving you a heads up. I'm just gonna go and get my tea when it does go off. But
Okay,
but
we can wait
I'll
30
peel off the
seconds.
skin.
okay. Let me go. Actually, let me get up and pay for it. All right. I'm back. I finally actually purchased me a tea kettle because I drink tea a lot. Like I don't drink coffee, but I do drink a lot of tea. And I didn't bring my tea kettle from New York, and I had not purchased one. Just actually yesterday I got my tea kettle, so I had to start using it because I'm not a big fan of microwaves. So yes, but enough about me. How are you?
I am not good. The FBI is poisoning my food. They're putting diuretics on fruit, even. Fruit you think is, to the naive, is so pure. You know, it's grown in the earth, but they spray them with something, with diuretics. You either have to peel the skin off. The ones that they can, they stick like the end of the bananas in while they're ripening, and they make the fruit soak up whatever chemicals they want to put in it. So I am not good. But again, I can only say so much to you because you couldn't possibly be an FBI agent, because if you are an FBI agent, then you run the risk of going to jail for not escalating an actual helpful investigation. You are a therapist. You can send me at any point to the hospital or whatever, or have ACS come over. That much I know, you know. But you have never flashed your badge with me, so
Okay. Yeah. I mean, foods are sprayed with pesticides and stuff. I know that for a fact. Um, yeah. Even I feel like even sometimes organic foods. I don't even know if they are organic, honestly. Especially when it comes to like fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. There's no. I mean, people technically could get sued if they claim for something to be organic and it's not.
they could get sued, but that's not the apparent situation to me is. And I betcha, like I bet my life on it, to some like police, investigative FBI individuals, this is the situation as it seems as well, but they would have to investigate. And no, regular FBI agents, which I hate because I know a few of them. I can't prove to anyone that they're FBI agents, but they're not very bright. They have not come forward with any statements as to, what, please investigate the situation. And I don't know what's going on, like, what's going to happen on my behalf, because obviously I can't keep eating products that they poisoned. And I could control like the neighbors harassment to a minimum. Like my electricity went out like a little bit this week, but they haven't been messing with anything like that they have access or keys to much, again, because maybe they're a little bit scared that maybe somebody did take an interest on my behalf, and their usual like BS of I've learned from them that, what, if they're gonna stand in the hallway and like belittle me or like be loud or smoke or whatever, I could do the same goddamn thing. To them. So I was even thinking of next time they throw a party, since party's illegal, I was thinking maybe I could get like an air horn and like blow them out of the hallway, because I know if I call the cops on them, by the time the cops show up, they'll be gone out of the hallway and they'll be right back. So but that would be, I was just laughing about it, that I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure that would be pretty illegal. But again, like, I'm a mature woman. I've dealt with situations like this in my life before, bullying and such, and it doesn't really affect me. It doesn't, because I'm a mature woman. It's like they say, sticks and stones. That's like funny that I'm saying I'm a mature woman and then I'm putting forward this kids like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And they say there's hurtful words. There is, once you get political and complicated. But if you're just trying to survive and you're very basic, then yeah, I don't think there's, much you could do to me if you weren't allowed this freedom as FBI agents to do all this other menacing shit, because also, like, if in the middle of the night somebody's waking me up and they know I'm sick or something, that's pretty bad. I would say that's pretty bad too, Again, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't happen often that FBI agents go to jail, but there's like, sometimes new things happen, you know what I'm saying? If I were them, I'd get lost, like, so quick, I'd just get lost. I would so much rather lose my job than, like, face charges, And they're just hoping that I'll conk out before any of that happens. And I'm just sitting here suffering, and my poor kid's not living, like, a fulfilling life.
Yeah.
What's fulfilling?
Fulfilling is when you do everything that life was meant for, and you have freedom, and you feel human. You don't feel oppressed by, like, dipshit, stupid FBI agents. So I've made my peace with myself for today, because I feel like I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back and say it's pretty brave of me to come forward with this. That's all.
Yeah. I agree. I do think that that's very brave of you. I do agree with you. Yeah. So how often do your neighbors, are still harassing you, or?
They try to do it, like, they try to do it every time they can, but they were quiet this weekend, and it was raining this weekend. Oh, the air horn was a joke, but I thought of a legit way of dealing with the situation. Is I saved up my laundry for Friday night, Saturday night. So if they're coming to party, I'm going to turn my laundry machine on. And you'd have to yell pretty flippin' hardcore, because these doors are meant for people. It is a tenement housing. It is lousy. It is old. It is pretty old that, what, modern people, they tend to be louder. And we do tend to have more appliances than when this building was built. Oh, it's so cute. But it's still like a tenement building. It was meant to house many families. So you'd have to yell, like, right up to my door if I have my washing machine on with the buzzing, because I've been doing all sorts of things. I've been, like, turning on I have to turn on my air purifier because they make it like unbearably smelly too. But they've cut down on that too because they see that that's not going to do much. And they're also, I guess they're reveling in the fact that somebody poisoned most of my food. So I've been up at night, you know. And even my kid said I had a stomach ache. And I'm like, baby, I don't know. I had a stomach ache too. And it wasn't like expired food, you know. And I don't know what to tell you. I just, again, I don't feel like when I'm talking to you, I feel like I'm talking through you. Like I'm trying to reach some higher authority that's going to help me. So that's why you see me once in a while, like even smile and, you know, just talk about like little things, little occurrences, because, like I basically give up. Like dealing with it and surviving, I basically give up. Like I made a mental note to myself what I have to put forth to Dani and Geronimo, and then I'll let her fly, because I don't know what to do, you know. And I feel like maybe you're waiting for me to either alleviate the situation by talking about like little petty nuanced things that happen. And yeah, we are people, we do live here. Like I played a video game last week, even
Nice.
I checked my emails, you know. But this is absurd. Like it's taking a toll on my health. It took a toll on Dima's health, and he doesn't have, like, he's not rational much, like to the point where, you know, he's capable of saying, wow, this is FBI. That's what I know. And I'm sitting here thinking, whatever's excusing these people, they are disgusting. They will pick on like women with kids and sick people, you know. And I'm totally like done for the day with this discussion, basically, because again, like I feel like, are you waiting for me to escalate it to like where I'm angry and I seem more crazy, or to balance it out with, well, everything's chill? Because again, I commend myself for my bravery no matter what happens, and I'd rather nothing bad happen. But
Yeah.
again, we can't keep eating food that's poisoned, and we can't live it. We can't live with FBI agents harassing us.
Evolved into so far.
Do you? That's cute. Yeah.
You know, I commend you for your bravery and for talking about it. I think that in many instances we have had those discussions. I don't have the authority to do anything about it. Like I can't, you know, I can't. I don't have any control.
And I've been sitting here wondering, like, is this like a tab of mine that I get to put this on my tab? Again, she talked about the FBI poisoning her, and then one of these blessed days my tab's gonna be full and she's gonna come forward and say, oh, it's early onset dementia, because I read about that stuff too. And I'm like, could this be what's happening, or what, you know? So
Should I touch eggs?
you could touch the eggs, baby. Again, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know, maybe I'm not doing anything. I'm not having any influence coming forward with this, because again, like I told all my friends whom I consider friends, and
What do they think about it? When you tell them?
which ones? The one that like works like a buttload as a mover? Like I have like one friend, basically he stays clear of it because he's threatened, he's scared, he knows that they're FBI agents, but he stays well clear of this, you know. And I feel like that's most of the state feels this way, that if they had dealings with them, and comes to be that most of the state had dealings with them, because they're like they're pot dealers and stuff. So like, you know, they feel like you're the one that's going somewhere, just like I am in this situation. But I don't smoke pot, I quit pot, you know. So he stays well clear of this, you know. And So we talk about superficial things, and the one that is an FBI agent, he calls me crazy, and like he behaves crazy himself. But like I've known him for years. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I think that. What about Dima? You said that he's not very rational, or he doesn't. What does he think?
Well, he got sick so bad. He has epilepsy.
Okay.
What do you mean? What does he think? He has nothing to think.
Okay. Yeah, because you have to kind of see what others feel about it. Like, you know, people that are close to you, or people that live with you. If they have similar viewpoints as you, right? Like, you know.
Well, who do you mean? Like Dima, who's not well, and I could get like at least 10 people to say, shut the fuck up, he's not well, you know, in a situation that required it, you know, it wasn't really up for discussion because, you know, again, if you leave him alone, he's somewhat functional. I talked to his doctor as well, like his doctor, and I told him, this is what I believe is happening because he had a seizure in bed because he was sick. And I told him, listen, we can't keep getting sick because his food is not good and it dehydrates us, and then we pick up viruses. And he just hung up on me. He's like, okay, whatever, it's not my business.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree that the food in the U.S. sucks. Like I agree.
See, I don't know, like, where would it not suck? I just think, you know, that there's too many FBI agents, and that disbalances everything. And maybe there's too much free food, too. I think that disbalances everything. Because there should be opportunities for poor people. You know, there should be aid for women with children, and even aid for sick people. You know, we are humans, we're not animals. But I feel like this whole system is so whack, like so whack. I don't even understand what's going on. And there is corruption, there is too, and I really just don't even feel like talking about it now, because who is little me? I don't know enough about it, and most people, they don't know enough about it unless it like slaps them in the face. And
yeah, I'll admit that I don't know much about it. Like, I mean, I know our food is tainted for the most part. Like, I could agree on that.
See, I would roll with that if somebody would give me some food that's not tainted, because you look like you're eating like not tainted food, and sort of like the rest of these G, like seriously.
I mean, but I feel like you buy your food from where most people buy their food. Like, you know, like it's not like it doesn't seem like you're specifically being targeted. If you go to the supermarket and pick up food from where everybody else picks up food, then I don't see how your food.
See, I feel like saying something now, and I don't want to peeve you off to the point where, you know what, yeah, there's somebody knocking on my door now, but like, I feel like, wow, why are we pushing it this way? Like, is like the bigger the lie, the easier for you to get away with it. But then if somebody actually goes to investigate this big fat lie, oh boy, that's a lot of fucking felonies for a lot of fucking people. You know? So, again, I don't know. And again, like, I was dwelling on this earlier as I was out today a little bit. I went to put money on my card. I have to pay my electricity. That, like, what it means to be, like, a team player. And I think it's, like, the FBI credence part of it is being, like, a team player. And, it sounds like some sort of Nazi philosophy, because what it means is that either A, you're either stupid enough or dirty enough to comply with what's going on. And I know what's going on in New York. The FBI is like hella corrupt, you know? So I was kind of laughing about it internally, that's what it is. And I know I'm not the only one that noticed, because again, there's like books, like there's Dean Koontz, he wrote like the Jane Hawk series, where it's like science fiction. They're not real, like they have like a neural net or something on their head, but it's about FBI corruption. There's a lot of allusions to it in like television too, and I know I'm not the only one that noticed. And honestly, I'm not here to put up a fuss or a fight, but it's impossible for me to live and function, like even physiologically, with their shit. Like, I know they want to get paid, but it's like a big problem for me. It's more than a big problem. Like, I'm like, am I capable of surviving more of this? I'm sorry, can you hang on 1 second?
What if the guy that Wolfat just made that up?
Oh, he did make it up. It's science fiction. It is. It's total science fiction. But a lot of the time, science fiction, they take like inspiration from reality. You know? Of course it's science fiction. You know? But like in reality, you know, it's not like they've never made mistakes. You know, they like if people acknowledge that there's real police brutality, how come they can't acknowledge that there's real FBI corruption? You know, because it's so much more like covert and harder to prove, and they don't have as much transparency as the police do. You know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're right, because if you could prove it, like, you know, if there was proof of it, then people wouldn't question, you know, they wouldn't question you, your friends, or like I wouldn't have doubts if there's proof. Just like when it comes to police brutality, there's a lot of videos out there where you see police actually harassing people or using excessive force. So it's kind of hard.
Not in New York, though, you know? Yeah. I feel like in New York, sometimes the stuff that happens in other states, it's like a major stave off, like, for people actually doing bad here, and the police just don't want to get involved, you know? Because there is less police brutality in New York, let's admit.
No, I agree with you. I agree. Yeah. So with the FBI stuff, it's more of like, where's the proof? Like, what's, you know, it's kind of hard to accept.
If the proof is like the generalized proof that it's a disbalanced, corrupt system, it's coming about, you know, and the only people that are glorified in it are the people that were kind of like behind socially, you know, and they got the hand up, you know, just to keep the shush, to keep everybody like quiet. But you could look around and you could see that, you know, what we could have aspired to be. We could have had travel here. We could have had, you know what, like preventative medicine. None of this is happening. It's all just you know, people like running around doing their dirty business, doing their little like shopping. It's almost like it's a big garbage pile of plastic in New York, you know? And you could even tell some streets that they're like overloaded with human garbage. Like, you know? Not like art, not science, not really anything, you know? And again, like you'll see it differently because you are black, but the only thing that's really progressed is there's maybe more people of color, you know, in New York, in like authority and such. But I would see it differently. I would see it as it's maybe shifting, that's all. But the corruption is like, it's not good, you know? It's not good. It's not gonna, it's might escape the history books, but it will have its toll, you know?
Okay. I feel like I could agree with that.
And again, I'm sitting here and I'm looking like I care, like I'm a snot or something, but you're poisoning me and my son, who's black and white, you know? He's part black too.
I'm not black or white.
But to some people, you know what, that's like a skeeve, because that would make their nonsense obsolete, because a lot of people, they make like money on politics, and that would make certain politics obsolete if people just fucking stopped caring about like racial divisions and sexual divisions and such, you know. But apparently in the ghetto it's like a major thing still, you know, because I remember in high school we didn't really care about like gay people either, but here it's like a major thing too, you know. So I feel like, you know, like it's not happening. They're not gonna get away with it, you know. Like, so I'll die. Like, how many more people are gonna go to hell for some stupid like bitch FBI agents, you know, that have no skills and they have no love. They have no love for this city, you know. Because if they were really proud people, they'd do their thing and they would not have the need to poison somebody, to demean somebody. Because you are poisoning my kids, you know? You are poisoning my kids.
When you say you are you referring to me?
I don't know who, right? I don't have any proof. Like you said, I don't have any evidence. And these people, they leave bed bugs too. That's not disgusting. I don't know what is. Because some statistic will pop up and it'll say like, there's bed bugs in New York, in like urban areas. Statistic. So what's sadistic? My son asked what's sadistic. Isn't that funny? What's sadistic? Sadistic is like when you torture somebody, you know. So it's not like that. It has not been overlooked, you know. And I find it funny that like people that already don't like me, they feel the need to put forth some sort of evidence towards one another as to why they would have the right to do these things to me and my family. I kind of find it despicable, you know, because they just want to go back to their bullshit little lives of consumption with that feeling of Christian unity. And it's like coming out so sideways, because how are you gonna argue any of this? I don't know who's poisoning me, you know. I don't know these people. And I came here, I was so naive. I had no idea what this is. And some people, they just want to, you know, put their thumb on people and make them feel sick and make them feel like less than something. And they don't realize that sickness spreads. That's like my Christian thought for the day. Sickness spreads. That's why, you know, whatever you fucking thought.
Okay. I'm glad that you was able to get that out of your chest.
So nobody's gonna come knocking on my door?
For what?
That's what I'm saying. So nobody's knocking on my door. I'm glad I got that off my chest too, because hell, you know, if somebody's gonna come knocking, I don't have any plans. I didn't call anybody over. They better come with police.
That's a crocodile evolving into a crocodile.
That's a cute crocodile. That's very sweet. My kid's so naive too. I don't want anybody to come knocking, because I don't want him to be rung through your flippin' ugly ass, you know, political system. Because he's so naive. He's so sweet, and I don't want him to have to deal with this shit. I want him, you know, sane for when he's apt to deal with this shit. Then he will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a sweet kid. He's a good kid. So I agree with that. And he seems pretty smart. So you've been teaching him well, at least. That's good.
I've been trying to, you know, and I feel like even if he falls behind a little, because I know a lot of these people in my building especially, they're trying to make it like, oh, these fucking hillbilly hicks, like she's homeschooling him. I feel like kindness now towards Hillbilly Hicks because at least you know what,
Oh, Billy Hicks.
like you're homeschooled and stuff, because at least he knows better than to bully other kids. At least he
Yeah,
knows
what's
better
the
than
point?
to
It's not
steal.
like it helps you with your life. What's the point of what?
Exactly. It's if it's not like a basic survival issue, why would you teach children that young, you know, that this is going to get you somewhere? Wouldn't you want them to have a brighter life? Like wouldn't you want them to have aspirations, you know? Cuz I feel like again like there is a lot of food here. You know, why would you be so insecure that right off the bat, you know, you're teaching people to be bad and that it's okay and this is how, you know, you get by in life.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree because a lot of those behaviors are learned in childhood, and so yeah, I'm glad that you are teaching him better. So yeah, and even kids nowadays, there are a lot of bullies out there. There are a lot of kids that have been raised in a way that's not healthy for society. So I'm glad that your son is different.
I mean, exactly. And every time something like that, I encounter something like that, I think, wow, that must be some flippin' astronomical amount of money that they're making that makes people behave this crazy. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of issues, and I think what's happening too. There's a lot of. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a young parent, but a lot of parents nowadays are just relying on social media or TV or and stuff like that, and kids are learning behaviors from what they see on TV, and it's not healthy at all. Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah. So.
I don't think it's the TV. I think it's the parents using their kids, you know? Because, like, we're taught to think politically about our kids, like, with, like, you know, this is like an asset now, you know? And I don't think they realize it's just like a little person and they're not quite as smart as
Yeah.
you know, an adult, and what you teach them it stays with them, you know.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you. It starts with the younger generation, for sure. Yeah. So. Yeah. So I'm glad that you are teaching your son valuable lessons.
No, I'm just teaching him basics, that's my point, you know, because I'm not a creep.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's good. That's a good thing. So let's end this on a good note. So I'll reschedule you for next week. All right.
Okay.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.